Hey guys, Barry here again. We're going to do the R in the RAVE diet. The R stands for no refined foods. Why is that? Because it's unhealthy. Why is that? We'll talk about it. Unhealthy food is available everywhere all the time, like never before in history. Gas stations, drugstores, schools. So says Dr. Kelly D. Brownell, Yale University. Hunters are using candy as bear bait. After gorging himself on candy, one bear just started walking around in circles among the deleterious health effects, cavities, hair loss, and lethargy. If it does that to a 500-pound bear, just imagine what it does to humans. Newsweek, November 3rd, 2003. All right, enough of the quotes. Anyway, what does the ARA stand for in RAVE? Refined foods are plant foods that have been denatured and stripped of their fiber, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other nutrients. These foods are lifeless imitations of the vibrant products found in nature. They are devoid of any nutritional value and are usually transformed into dull, man-made foodstuffs that do not satisfy hunger, wreak havoc on your health, and generally don't require teeth to eat them. Sadly, about half the total calories in a typical American diet come from refined foods. Refined foods are simple carbohydrates such as white flour, wheat flour, refined sugar, pastries, white pasta, white salmonella, white bread, white rice, French fries, chips of any variety, cakes, soft drinks, and similar junk foods. You know the foods I'm talking about. Foods that have been transformed from their natural state into man-made products. See reading labels and ingredients. We'll talk about that later too. This includes all refined soy or rice-based meat and milk substitutes, such as soy or rice milk, tofu, etc. The only soy product allowed on this diet is the whole soybean, which is edamame. The only rice product allowed is whole brown rice. Because refined foods have no fiber, they spike your blood sugar, cause insulin surges, stimulate your appetite, accelerate the conversion of calories into body fat, and promote many diseases. From your body's perspective, eating refined foods is, for all practical purposes, the same thing as eating refined sugar straight out of the box. From a weight loss perspective, refined foods do not fill you up, so you'll soon be hungry after eating them, which means you'll have to eat even more calories to feel full. Many people think they are eating a plant-based diet because they are eating foods that do not contain animal products. Refined foods are every bit as bad for your body as animal foods and should be eliminated from your diet. A plant-based diet is about eating natural whole plant foods. The health benefits of this diet, including weight loss, will be greatly diminished if refined foods are not eliminated from your diet. Food manufacturers have spent billions of dollars researching ways to mix the right ingredients in order to seduce you into eating bad foods. Scientists have found that chocolate, for example, reaches its point of maximum irresistibility with a mix of 50% sugar and 50% fat. But it doesn't stop there. Ingredient profiles have been created that are targeted down to genders and age groups in order to make refined foods as addicting as possible. If this reminds you of cigarette companies, you're thinking in the right direction. Americans now spend about 90% of their food budget on refined foods. As a result of processing foods, the natural flavor is destroyed and has to be replaced with chemical additives. In fact, the heart of food flavor in America does not come from natural foods at all, but the refineries and chemical plants that dot the industrial corridor along the New Jersey Turnpike. Chemical flavoring not only accounts for the flavor in refined foods, but also in most of the meat Americans consume. Eric Schlosser documents this flavoring via chemistry with the following account. After closing my eyes, I suddenly smelled a grilled hamburger. The aroma was uncanny, almost miraculous. It smelled like someone in the room was flipping burgers on a hot grill. But when I opened my eyes, there was just a narrow strip of white paper under my nose and a smiling flavorist. 90% of the money Americans shell out for food buys a mix of chemistry and fiberless processed foodstuffs devoid of any real nutritional merit. This is how removed we have become from real food. We have not only lost our taste for real food, but we've come to prefer the taste of chemicals. If that wasn't bad enough, 75% of all refined foods, from sodas to soups, contain genetically engineered ingredients. As opposed to the simple carbohydrates found in refined foods, complex carbohydrates are found in natural, whole foods such as whole grains, vegetables, and fruits. These are the good carbohydrates that keep your blood sugar level on an even keel, promote health, and keep you feeling full longer because they contain their natural fiber and all the nutrients nature gave them. Always use whole wheat pastas or whole wheat breads because they keep their fiber on the way to the grocery store. Make sure the label says whole wheat, not wheat flour. With grain products, the first ingredient should always have the word whole in it. Sprouted wheat or organic rolled oats. Don't let the words hearty wheat, stone wheat, or multigrain on the package fool you. This is just healthy sounding advertising because the ingredients are made from refined white flour. And there is no difference between white flour and wheat flour. Wheat flour has some caramel coloring, so it looks brown and sounds healthier, but it's the same as white flour. Those who complain about carbohydrates are complaining about refined or simple carbohydrates, not the complex carbohydrates found in whole, natural foods. Those in pursuit of weight loss on low-carb diets are trading one set of problems for another because their diets are lacking in nutrients, particularly antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, which are essential for good health and can only be found in whole plant foods. This is one reason why many low-carb diets recommend that people take supplements in order to make up for the poor nutrition of such diets. Plant fiber does a number of miraculous things for your health, but one thing it does best is remove toxic substances from your body so you can flush them down the toilet. Fiber even removes heavy metals such as mercury, which you probably have in your body as a result of eating fish or farm animals that were fed fish meal. Fiber also removes cholesterol, the reason a fiber-rich diet will lower your cholesterol. In addition, fiber binds with sex hormones such as estrogen and removes them from your body. In the case of estrogen, American women have very high levels of estrogen due not only to our high-fat diet, but also due to the lack of fiber in our diets. Fiber also slows down glucose absorption and controls the rate of digestion, making food act more like a time-release pill, which will keep you feeling full longer. Think of plant fiber as your intestinal broom because it will clean out a dirty bowel and prevent bad things from happening, like colon cancer. One of the major reasons refined foods and animal foods are not part of the RAVE diet is because they do not contain fiber. If you don't think you're eating much refined food now, I have a small experiment for you. All refined foods come in some kind of packaging. Every time you eat any refined food, keep the packaging it came in and put it in a bag. Do this for a week, and at the end of the week, inspect the contents of the bag. That should be enough to scare you into eliminating refined foods from your diet. And that's it. That's your R in the RAVE diet. Good morning. Take care.